Dementia is a horrible disease. I cannot think of a worse way to go out in life than to simply forget all of your faculties, who you are, and simply be reduced to a shell of your former self. It's awful. It's terrible. And so, given the fact that we're starting to see a couple of breakthroughs in treatment, still the most effective way to deal with dementia is early detection, so this is what we're offering here. Hidden dementia symptoms that shocked a, Australian family. Again, given the site, this is the lens for which we're viewing this information, but it is still universally applicable. It was the swearing that alerted Christine McNally to the fact that something wasn't right about her husband, Craig. The couple had met at a hospital working as nurses and have now been married for 35 years. It was about 10 years ago his behavior started to change. His personality changed. He wasn't coping as well with his job, with stress. He started swearing. That was a big thing because he'd never sworn. He just found life and everything in general a whole lot harder, and it just got progressively worse. We ended up going down the mental health route to start with, because unfortunately he had attempted self-deletion because he knew that something wasn't right. Oh shit, man, that's fucking big tough right there. The McNallys live in the far north coast of New South Wales and found it again difficult to access healthcare, particularly during the pandemic, of course. A psychiatrist also insisted Craig had bipolar disorder. Again, one of these mental health professionals just being fucking bang on when it comes to their diagnoses. Oh, what is that? You got a problem? Here's a pill for it. But yes, with her nursing background, Mrs. McNally knew it wasn't right. Finally, he saw a nurse practitioner who specialized in dementia before being sent to a memory testing clinic on the Gold Coast with another specialist where he had scans and a neuropsychiatric assessment. There we go, that's more appropriate. In 2022, he was diagnosed with frontal temporal dementia with behavioral variant at age 60. Oof. We were kind of sent home being told, get your affairs in order, live your life, because we don't know why you've got this. We don't know how you got this. There's no treatment for this, and it makes it really hard. Yeah, man. It's like you're there one day and then gone the next, and there's nothing you can really do about it. Because at least with, now this is going to sound odd, but it kind of makes sense. At least with cancer and diabetes and heart disease, there are things that you can do in order to combat and prevent that. But with dementia, it's literally a roll of the dice. Fucking sucks. But she said frontal temporal dementia doesn't actually present with common symptoms associated with the overall disease. It's not about his memory or age-related things that we think of when we think of dementia. It's his executive functioning, so planning, dealing with money, decision-making. One way it was a relief because we knew there'd been big changes, but we couldn't explain it. My kids kept saying, "Why is Dad being a dickhead?" He's never been like that before. We've run cricket clubs and AFL clubs, and also taking kids away every Christmas holiday for cricket carnivals. Man, this just sounds like an idealistic couple. They've been a very hands-on dad, or he's been a very hands-on dad, and now all of a sudden he wasn't. So it was pretty hard to understand. Pretty hard for them, and they don't feel like they lost their dad. Oh, and they feel like they've lost their dad, which is a real shame. Couple have two sons, a 26-year-old who's been inspired to study a master's in neuroscience due to his dad's diagnosis, and a 25-year-old who travels the world as an industrial designer. I would imagine that's probably a daughter. For Mrs. McNally, the couple's future plans. Oh no, it's two sons. Oh, the other. Oh, okay, he's gay. The couple's future plans have been drastically changed. It was pretty devastating because we had plans to travel overseas when we retired. I recently holidayed, and yeah, let's get to the steps. I don't really care about your holiday plans. I just want to have your awful example. Awful in so much as it's a terrible situation, not like awful as in pathetic, but use it as a means to help other people out. So what steps can you take? Okay, book with your GP to talk about brain health. Yeah, exactly. That should be your initial point of contact for most things. Anyways, complete a Cogdrisk test. Okay, download the Brain Track app. Now, what can the government do? Stay the fuck out of your business. How about that one? And so, yeah, man, all things considered, if you start to observe somebody that is in your life that just undergoes a slight or even moderate, and hell, if it's extreme, you should probably notice that there's something wrong. But yeah, if you start to notice, a few things accumulate that are just so far out of the norm, suggest the doctor, see what's going on out there, and then hopefully get to the bottom of this and at least get a diagnosis so you can treat it early, treat it often before it ends up progressing and becoming so much worse. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.